Hello everyone. Welcome back to our channel, Canada Immigration. We hope you're doing great. In this video, we will talk about Canada's introduction of new rules around off-campus work hours for international students. Ontario, British Columbia, and Manitoba invite candidates to apply for provincial nomination. Canada is actively evolving its immigration and student policies to better address the needs of international students and the demands of the labor market. Recently, significant changes have been introduced regarding off-campus work hours for international students, aiming to provide greater flexibility and opportunities for those pursuing education in Canada. In addition, several provinces, including Ontario, British Columbia, and Manitoba, have extended invitations for candidates to apply for provincial nomination, further enhancing pathways to permanent residency. These updates reflect Canada's commitment to supporting international talent and fostering economic growth through strategic immigration policies. If you are interested in this topic, to get all the information, pay attention and watch the video through to the end. Please hit like and subscribe, and don't forget to push the notification bell for an upcoming video. So, without any further delay, let's jump into the video. International students enrich Canada's social, cultural and economic fabric. That is why, in recent months, Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada has introduced reforms to the International Student Program, to ensure system integrity while protecting students from fraud and financial vulnerability. The Honourable Mark Miller, Minister of Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship, announced today that the temporary policy allowing students to work more than 20 hours per week off-campus will come to an end on April 30, 2024, and it will not be extended. This fall, we intend to change the number of hours students may work off-campus per week to 24 hours. Students who come to Canada must be here to study. As such, allowing students to work up to 24 hours per week will ensure they focus primarily on their studies while having the option to work, if necessary. As we head into the summer session, students who have a scheduled academic break can continue working unlimited hours. In developing this change, we looked at the needs of students, policies in other countries, as well as research that has shown that academic outcomes suffer the more a student works while studying. It also strikes the appropriate balance so students have the option to work without compromising academic outcomes. More details will be shared in due course. We also continue to develop the new Recognized Institutions framework to reward post-secondary institutions that set high standards for selecting, supporting, and retaining international students. We will continue to support and protect international students from financial vulnerability and keep protecting the integrity of the international student program. Recent studies conducted in the US and Canada have shown that there is a considerable decline in academic performance for students working more than 28 hours per week, and that working more than 24 hours per week increases the chances that a student will drop out of their program. Most countries that welcome international students set limits on the number of hours they may work while they study. Australia recently changed its policy to allow a student to work 48 hours every 2 weeks. In the US, students must meet additional criteria before being permitted to work off-campus at all. In December 2023, the Government of Canada raised the cost of living threshold that students must meet to be approved for a study permit so they are financially prepared for life in Canada and are not as dependent on working. International students who begin a college program delivered through a public-private curriculum licensing arrangement on or after May 15, 2024, will not be eligible for a post-graduation work permit when they graduate. Those who already started this type of program before May 15, 2024, will still be able to access a post-graduation work permit, provided they meet all other criteria. The new Letter of Acceptance verification process has been a success. Since its launch on December 1, 2023, through April 1, 2024, IRCC has received almost 162,000 LOAs for verification, confirmed nearly 142,000 LOAs as valid directly with designated learning institutions, identified almost 9,000 LOAs that didn't match any LOA issued by a DLI or that the DLI had already been cancelled before the foreign national applied for a study permit. Ontario, British Columbia, and Manitoba invite candidates to apply for provincial nomination. 3 Canadian provinces have issued invitations in the latest round of provincial nominee program draws. Immigration is a shared responsibility between Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada and the provincial governments. All provinces and territories in Canada, with the exceptions of Quebec and Nunavut, operate PNPs. Quebec has a separate agreement with the federal government that allows for total autonomy over the selection of its economic immigrants. Each government receives an allocation of nominations they can distribute to economic immigration applicants. The number of nominations IRCC allocates depends on several factors such as a province's population and workforce needs. For example, Ontario, which has the largest population in Canada, is allocated the most nominations. As per the immigration levels plan for 2024 to 2026, IRCC aims to welcome 110,000 new permanent residents through the PNP this year. Receiving a nomination from a provincial government is not the same as being invited to apply for permanent residency from IRCC. They are two different programs that need to be applied for separately. Provincial immigration results August 24th to 30th. Ontario PNP. On August 22, Ontario issued 1,287 notifications of interest to candidates in the Express Entry Skilled Trades stream of the Ontario Immigrant Nominee Program. Candidates needed a minimum comprehensive ranking system score between 400 and 435 to be considered. They also required work experience in a targeted occupation, with a specific National Occupation Classification Code. British Columbia PNP. British Columbia issued more than 158 invitations to skilled workers and international graduates, including Express Entry British Columbia candidates in the British Columbia Provincial Nominee Program on August 27. The province held 5 targeted draws for candidates in specific occupations. The minimum score required varied for each draw. Draw results included 40 candidates in childcare occupations with a minimum score of 83. 31 candidates in construction occupations with a minimum score of 88. 18 candidates in healthcare occupations with a minimum score of 99. 69 candidates in tech occupations with a minimum score of 118. Less than 5 candidates in veterinary care occupations with a minimum score of 80. Manitoba Provincial Nominee Program. The Manitoba Provincial Nominee Program held a draw on August 30th inviting 150 candidates from 2 PNP streams. The province invited 126 candidates from the International Education stream. No minimum score was reported. It also invited 24 candidates from the Skilled Worker Overseas stream under a strategic recruitment initiative. These candidates required a minimum score of 727. Among all the letters of advice issued, 21 went to candidates with a valid Express Entry profile. As Canada continues to refine its immigration and student policies, these new rules on off-campus work hours and provincial nominations offer valuable opportunities for international students and skilled workers. By staying informed and taking advantage of these developments, candidates can better navigate the pathways to education and permanent residency in Canada. Whether you are an international student looking to balance your studies with work or a skilled professional seeking a new beginning in one of Canada's dynamic provinces, these updates mark a promising step toward achieving your goals in the Great White North. That is all for today. In this video, what are your thoughts on this? Please let us know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching the entire video. Hopefully, the information is useful to you. See you later, in the next video. Till then, take care.